Hello, today Motorcycle Fettlers, we're doing an SOS. A friend of ours has purchased a Royal Enfield Hunter, which we'll be doing a walk round and a ride out soon enough. But it fell over because he had it on a side stand. We're not sure how. It fell over. It's done a 70 miles, is it? Yeah, 85 miles, and it's damaged already. We have got some bits to replace. We're going to change the lever. We're going to change the mirrors and take the bar end because you see damaged the bar end just there. But we've got bar end mirrors he wants putting on. He's also damaged the reservoir top for the brake master cylinder, and the indicator's a little bit damaged. We're not sure how we're going to get in there and get that off, but it ain't going to be too bad. So let's get cracking. We're going to change the brake lever first. That's a 10mm. There's 10mm nut underneath here, and a Allen key in there. I think it's about 5mm. I'm not using my own tools today. I've got somebody else's tools. Oh, that's tight. I think the nut underneath is more of a locking nut, because that in itself is threaded. Where's Kevin go? Oh, he's over there. Where would the lever be, Kevin? We don't normally do call outs, so don't please ring us. Look at that, simple. But it just snapped. Kev's been very lucky with it. This is the guy that owned the little monkey bike that we did a review on, if you recall. Well, just put a little bit of grease on here. It's got it looks like a nylon bush inside there. I'll put a little bit of grease. I'm going to put a little bit on the stop there. Not that it's going to make a lot of difference, I don't think, but I notice it's already greased on the plunger bit, but I'll put a little bit more on there. This is just a all-purpose grease supplied by the owner. So we just slide that in there like that. Yeah, and then screw that down. That was fairly tight. I love getting grease on Kevin's bikes because he hates it. So he'll be cleaning it for the next 2 days to get every single molecule of grease and dirt off of it. I've known him for quite a while.
Very true.
So that's that tight. And now I'll just whiz on the 10mm nut underneath. Don't know if you can get down there, cameraman. That wasn't that tight actually. Have a look. Yeah. Hang on. I don't think that is. I think because it's a new one, it's the, yeah, it's a nylon lock nut, so therefore, yeah. Got a piece of rag, Kev. I'll wipe that. That's it. That's your brake lever back into place. Next we're going to do the reservoir top, just 2 Phillips. What I'm going to do, I'm going to put loads of rag and cloth around here, just in case we get a little drippage, because there's a rubber diaphragm in there as well, and we don't want any spillage on anything. So we just covered, put this with a bit of rag, just in case we get a little drippage. Just 2 Phillips screwdrivers, they weren't that tight. Does it come with new screws as well, again, Kevin?
Answer your question is yes.
Oh, bro. So we've got the new one. We're not going to change the diaphragm. It came with the diaphragm, I believe, but it's all new. It's just simple. I'll put the writing round so you can read it as you're sat on the motorcycle, as it was. And just 2 Phillips screws. Don't want to do these up really tight because it's all plastic as well. Never take one down really tight before you get them both down. You don't want to warp anything. And it's better for settling, getting it into the right position as well. There you go. Now we're going to change the bar end, but we're going to change the mirror as well. We're going to put bar end mirrors on it. We've got the Royal Enfield CNC ones. They were quite expensive, not the cheap aftermarket ones, I've been assured. First off, I'm going to take this mirror off. Pull that rubber up.
Hold your hands on the way.
Well, anguish, please, cameraman. As you can see, I've just pulled up the rubber. It's quite tight. Just hold this. Oh. It's a left-hand thread, folks. Yeah. So presumably that's a left-hand thread. So we're going the opposite way we normally would to extract it. Took some alley out. Now, I believe we've got some stops. Were they left-hand thread? Kev, yours. Let's have a look at them. Obviously, because you're left with a hole there, we're going to fill it with some blanks. Right, we're not going to put any blankings in for the mirrors because, luckily, because the red anodized ones that that Kevin's got are right-hand thread, and these are left-hand thread. So we're going to take the bar end out now. Just an Allen key in the end there. Oh, that's tight. As you can see, I've changed from the ordinary Allen key to this one that I can put a socket on. I get a little bit more leverage. See, it's so tight. I don't really like working on other people's bikes because if you damage or break anything, it's down to you, or me, should I say. So that comes off really. Look at that. Flimsy, nothing really. Nice chunk of metal though. Right, so the bar end mirrors, let's have a look. It comes with these bigger bar ends. That goes in there like that. And then you get a longer screw with Loctite already in. And it's a question of just pushing that in there like that. He's going to make me so jealous, is Kevin, because I like bar end mirrors. I know the cameraman despises them. So I'm going to have to get Kevin to sit on it, find out. Oh no, because I'm going to tighten it up and then we'll adjust it on there, get it in the right position. Don't know if Minnie minds you using Mickey's tools. That's mouse actually. Right, that's tight. Now all we've got to do is get said Kevin sat on the bike off the stand so we can get the mirror in the right place. Right, you hold the mirror where you want it, Kev. Obviously not over the screw hole, the Allen bolt. About there. I'll just pinched up now on it. Do you want to take that off? You're happy with that, Kev? We'll tighten that. We can adjust it again, but you've got adjustment on the mirror as well, don't forget.
Yeah, that seems quite good.
Okay, right, okay, let's tighten that up. Get my big hand in there. As the camera man calls them. Don't want to go too tight on there. I've only pinched them up. If it comes loose, Kev, you'll have to tighten that up. But yeah, I've got adjustment on the mirror as well, look. They're quite neat, aren't they?
Yeah, right there.
And so we're going to do the other side now. It's exactly the same as doing this side, really. So what we're going to do with these bar ends, because the Kevin now wants the bar ends on. First off, we're going to have them like that. You can have this round the other way, this, so you can have rubber, silver, black, and black. But Kevin wants it like the other side. We've already done that side. So it's his bike, and you can have him either way. We have looked on the internet, and people have fitted them with this spacer around the other way. It makes no difference. As Kevin said, when you put the bar end on, it fits flusher. It just looks neater. So it's just Christmas. Taking that, screwing that in. Gotta get kept to sit on it and just get it in the right way. What do you think? Is that about the right height? So we've done the left-hand side mirror, as you can see, and sadly that one is a right-hand thread, this blanking, so Kevin's decided to put that in there, and sadly he's going to have to get the same colour with a left-hand thread, 10mm, because they're both right-hand threads. But next job is the indicator. Now we're going to take the headlight off because we've got to change this right-hand side indicator. It's damaged underneath. I don't know if you can see it. Oh yeah, it's cracked and everything. But we're also going to put the little fly screen on. So we're going to take the headlight off. There's just 2 Phillips, one either side. Like that. Shoulder on because it goes into the headlight. No spaces, like in the Japanese stuff, you normally get a little spacer in there, but not on these. This is all plastic. It's nice. We just unplug that. I think that just pulls out that side light. Taking the headlight off, got a 12mm nut in here, and on the outside I think that looks like 8mm Allen bolt. We're going to have to loosen the headlight completely to get the screen on. Oh, we dropped a nut and a washer. Did you see where the nut went? Oh, it's on the floor. That's okay. Drop them over there. Get the other one out. So that's the 2 bolts out, the side bolts, and there's a stabilising bolt underneath here. It's a big Phillips. Right, I need to undo the top yoke with an Allen key. I think it's 6mm. Make that sure that's nice and loose, and then I can pull the shroud round, and I can get out the nut, the indicator. So you need to get in there with a 12mm. You have to take the headlight loose and the headlight out to get out the nuts and bolts. That's simple, that one. Just got to trace back the wire, but I'm not going to take that all the way out. I'm going to trace the wires for the indicators first. If only I had an endoscope. I'm going to cut this cable tie in here with a pair of blunt side cuts. There it goes. And then I can see the wires, which are here on this little clip. That just separates, one would hope. And get my big mitts in there. There you go. Just feed that wire out the back of the headlight. Screw off the old indicator. Put the new one on. There's the damage. You've got to weigh very lightly. So here's the new indicator. Brand spanking. All we've got to do, push the cable through that middle hole, put that on there like that, push the cable through there, one way or another, and I'll just secure it with a couple of turns on the nut, and then I'll try and thread the wire back into the headlight. I have to turn that. Right. So now I'm just going to thread the cable through the headlight. Reattach the cables. I'll just put the clips in. It's a bit of a devil. I'm going to put another new cable tie around the wires. We're just going to try the indicator first before we start putting it all back together. Left indicator. Right indicator, sorry. Yeah, it's working. Left indicator. Yeah. Have you got a cable tie in, Kevin? Sorry, up. Turn the ignition on. Just that's the cable tie. Just putting that to clamp the wires together. I'm just going to get in now. I'm going to tighten the nut up on the indicator. This wasn't very tight. I've noticed the bolt it's bonded with glue into the indicator, so don't want to do it too tight. So I'm going to put it back together. We're not going to put the fly screen on because we're running out of time. So that'll be another video. But so I'm going to put the screw underneath, back, and secure all the headlight back in. I'll just put the screw in the bottom of the headlight. I'm going to do that up tight because it was up tight, because we don't need it. Actually, I won't do it mega tight. Just do it fairly tight. Gives us a little bit of movement. Got the spacer to go in the headlight. Line it all up with the washers. Does it want to go? Does it not? There you go. There's all rubber bushes in there, you see? You can see that from inside the camera. The rubber bush, but this, and then that spacer goes inside the rubber bush in there. It just makes it all rubber mounted. And then a question of Allen bolt on the side there, washer, then nut. Do them fairly tight. They do rotate a little bit anyway because you've got the spacers in there, but you don't really want to do them up mega tight. Tight enough. We haven't got any Loctite. Now my Meteor bolt came loose, and it's because they don't put any Loctite on. But as soon as we're going to be taking it apart very soon to put the screen on, we'll Loctite them then. So I've tightened the two headlight bolts up. I'm just doing this screw up tight. Now I'm going to do the yoke back up now. Don't forget that. We don't want young Kevin going down the road and having an accident, especially when we've repaired it. Don't have to repair it again, do we? This was tight. This was really tight. And what I'm going to do, top tip, I'm going to use a spanner to get extra leverage. It's tight. Now all we've got to do is slide the headlight out. Headlight, please. Just push that in. There's two little pips there either side. Just make sure the rubber goes in There's two little pips in it, two little cutouts in the rubber. Just push that in there like that. Push that on there like that, and then make sure you put the headlight upwards first, and don't forget you've got to get these lined up with the holes down below. There you go. I'll just get the screws. I'm just going to check the headlight. Side lights come on. Where's the headlight? You've got to start it up, haven't you? Headlight's working. Yeah, that's good. Very good to go. Put the other screw in. Right out of receipt. Don't know much how we're going to charge him, cameraman.
£40 an hour.
Sounds a bargain to me. So that's both the screws nipped up. Now, so that's all done now. So we've changed the bar end for a bar end mirrors, taken the mirrors off, put this that in there. We've done the reservoir cap, we've done the brake lever, we've done the indicator, and we're going to do the screen very soon, but we're running out of time today. And then also we'll be changing the heat shields on the exhaust, I hope. Well, they're on back order, aren't they, Kevin? They are. So we'll do them in due course when they arrive. Thanks for watching.